This is like the Amazing Race.
Keep up! We're trying to get to a view of the Salute. The buildings are so tall that it's only reaching the tops, so it won't last long enough to paint. Got my paper towels. That's true. Wow.
Lauren did a painting of that.
We can't see the whole thing, so we're going a little bit farther. Do you want me to bump someone out of the way just for an action shot?
Yeah.
It'll work. What do you think? Yeah? No? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Set up the guns. More sound effects, please.
I can't do it.
That was for Ken. Ken, that was for you. Strada. What do we call this?
This needs a name.
The Prada.
It's the Prada easel.
Daniel is winning in this race. Reggie.
Well,
Oh, the Strada's ahead.
no, I didn't know we were racing.
Well, the Strada's already set up. Now it's just me putting out paints leisurely
I don't know.
because of all the time I have.
What's that shit?
The biggest you've got.
The biggest I've got?
Yeah.
Really?
Make it count.
Okay.
Do Maggie proud.
Okay. She would still be like, that's tiny. What are you thinking? That's hardly painting.
I'm tempted to do a big one.
How big?
Like, well, I mean, I'm gonna do it. Like this. Should I do it?
Do it.
Do it? I forgot my house painting brush. I should have cleaned my palette. I should have got clean terps. Dang it.
The one thing you want to make sure you do is always put the horizon line right in the middle. Just right in the middle.
Don't tell me that.
Actually,
Rule number one.
did it. Rule number one.
Split it in half. Question about color.
Yep.
So, like at this time of day, what are you thinking about with regards to color? I guess. Do you have any thoughts on that?
So, in regards to color, it's still that red, yellow, blue primaries. Is it more red? Is it more yellow? Is it more blue? Which is helpful with the sky. So even though most of the sky is warm, even some of the blue has yellow in it, I still see it in terms of it's bluer here, you know, more red here or more yellow in another spot. In this instance, specific to this time, I tend to, because I like color, I'm thinking in terms of value, how light or dark something is in order to get this silhouette. But I also want what is, to me, attractive color. So clean color, in most cases not mixing more than 2 or 3 colors plus white in order to keep things vibrant and lively. Otherwise they'll look a little too brown or a little too much like mud or dirty color or whatever terminology other people use. So I probably get a little bit more color in my paintings than most, just because I limit the number of colors that I'm mixing together. Even in a case like this where value is so important, to me color is still a valuable asset to me as an artist. That's one of the ways I choose to express myself. And so I'm always aware of that, I think, as I go about constructing a painting, even one as rapid as this.
Yeah, like this color here is to me really like hard to identify.
This like the surface,
Just
the
all of the
yeah,
thing.
I
Like,
think
what's your thinking?
it's
color there?
it's like a purple, more blue dominant probably than red dominant. So it's a lavender color. It has all the primaries in it. It has some yellow in it too, but it's blue dominant.
So that's the answer to the question of is it red, yellow, or is it blue?
Yes.
Did you think through that? Like when you
Yes.
did it?
Yes.
You said, I think it's mostly blue.
I don't know. I don't know if I think of it that way anymore. As far as like, or I think as far as color mixing goes, I am thinking of that, but it's so rapid now that it's like what Richie was talking about earlier about speaking a different language where you don't even realize the language in which you're speaking because you know them and it sort of becomes fluid. But if I were to stop and analyze the choices that I'm making, it's almost like I'm making them innately, but if I were to stop and analyze the choices that I'm making, it would be identifying it as dominant blue, dominant red, or dominant yellow. That guides me in regards to where I'm going to land on my palette as I'm making color mixing choices. Where am I going to go to start? You have to start somewhere. And some are adamant that it's all about value, or it's all about color, or it's all about composition. I'm trying to do all of those things at the same time. If I were Tyler Murphy, I'd put a boat in there somewhere.
Dude, that guy right there.
I know, right? Okay. They turn on some lights. Maybe I should put some of those in. Excuse me.
Lights up.
What'd they do?
Lights just turned on.
What do you say? Oh, the lights just turned on.
Oh, the light just turned on.
Never mind.
box that will fit this.
So what does that mean?
Means that I have to carry it back to the apartment, and I will probably rub it against people along the way, but it'll only add to the loose quality of the painting. So
at the last minute, I decided to go on this trip. I had to expedite a passport, get last-second plane tickets. I simply could have let this experience slip by. All these paintings, all the footage, and all the memories may have easily just not existed. At least not in my life. I guess it's just a good reminder for myself to say yes to the things that pull at me, to the things that are a little scary, that push me to grow. It's a beautiful world out there, if you have the guts to go see it. We tell stories with our work, so that when someone does get a painting from us, they're experiencing more than just paint on canvas. And hopefully, through our art, we've given a little sense of who we are, that there's a little vulnerability in it, so that we're all reminded that we're not alone. Art is an enduring force. It's a gift that goes beyond its maker. It calls us up and out from ourselves. It renders life sublime. It's having courage and persistence and being willing to fail and to look like an idiot. It's saying, come what may, this is me. This is what I think is true and right and beautiful. Sometimes it's easier than we think. It might be as simple as a kind word to a stranger, a smile, or an unexpected cooked meal. I think it's thank you cards. It's listening and seeking to understand the other. I think it's giving the mic to those that aren't usually given the mic. It's not about waiting for everything to be right and perfect and then you'll get to work. It's about rolling up your sleeves now and creating with what you have already. It's about helping others do more than they could have otherwise. You know what it is? It's Shakespeare.
I did a Shakespearean one-man show many years ago in London, which included a lot of sonnets, and this is my favourite. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.